Last Monday, News 5 anchor Leon Bibb told you about a World War II airplane still flying and in Cleveland this weekend.
Well, tonight, Leon takes us back to the B-17 with a different approach to the story this time. Leon, quite a journey you had a couple of days ago.
Quite a journey we had. We had a very good flight a few days ago indeed. It was a World War II bomber, and it was quite the time as I profile my flight in the B-17, which is visiting Cleveland. But there is a story far deeper than that, and I want to take you there, deeper. Tonight's story profiles the men who actually fought in the war in B-17s and other aircraft. Tens of thousands of Americans died in these planes as they fought for freedom. My Ohio pays tribute to American warbirds and the men who flew them.
It was the war America had to fight. War sneaked in, dropped on America's unprepared doorstep. The enemy attack on the military installation at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, as enemy aircraft rained bombing hell from the skies. But almost overnight, America mobilized and millions of men and women pushed into World War II. And Americans pushed their new machines into the war as well. But our story is not only of this warplane and others which took the fight to the enemy. Our story also profiles the men who flew American warbirds. This is a B-17 bomber called the Flying Fortress for its enormous gun and bomb power. It is in Cleveland as a flying lesson on warbirds like it and war men who flew into the fight.
Just what they went through, just the experiences that they had, the sacrifices that they made.
In a moment, you will fly in this plane, sitting where crew members sat when they dropped bombs and fired guns at strafing enemy aircraft. This plane was built in 1944, but still has life in its wheels and wings. One of 12 still flying B-17s. At Cleveland's Burke Lakefront Airport, the 17's crew offers flights to benefit the owner, Liberty Foundation, the mission of which is to keep this plane flying so the public can learn of the war and the warbird.
Come out and see this aircraft. We want them to put their hands on history.
In the 1940s, B-17s and other aircraft helped win the war by dropping bombs on enemy targets. World War II was a war which had to be won. Often war veterans are tight-lipped about their actions and what they saw. But this B-17 has prompted some to open up and talk of what they know.
His co-pilot was killed sitting next to him, and his flight engineer, top turret gunner, was killed. And when they set they were German FW-190s, they set the number 3 engine on fire and the wing on the right side on fire, and they bailed out over Germany and left those two crewmen in there, and he said that was the hardest thing he'd ever done.
Story told of an old soldier who found the B-17's visit as his therapy. This day, this plane, which bears the name the Madras Maiden, cranks up. The stories of aircraft like this should be known because their sagas were etched on airplane aluminum and in military men, punctuated often by blood.
This is how it was in World War II, only it was below zero, high altitude, cold, but the war was hot. You see, enemy aircraft were coming in constantly, trying to take out the B-17 before it could drop its bombs. Of course, some of our guys not coming home.
Absolutely. Over 4,000 B-17s alone were lost. That's 10 guys per B-17. That's the potential for 40,000, casualties just from this one type of aircraft alone.
Madras Maiden is retired from the front lines, but still showing off in Cleveland skies. It is a flying classroom, voicing a lesson with every propeller's revolution. A workhorse, hopscotching from city to city, offering the public rides for a fee to financially keep it airborne. The B-17, retired, but still teaching and telling an important story of war machinery and of war men of World War II.
The B-17 is at Burke Lakefront Airport Saturday and Sunday from 10 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon. Flights are $450 a person. The money is used to keep the B-17 flying so it can be used to help tell the story of commitment, of sacrifice, and of heroism of men in World War II. The phone number to schedule a flight is on our website and our News 5 app.